Hello Goblins, it's Chris, Eldritch Pipes, here with a review for Germain's King Charles, which I'll get into in a moment. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the weekend I just had. If you haven't seen it yet, you should go and watch the Three Pipe Makers episode, which is me having a chat with Ian Walker of Northern Briars and Mike Billington of Blake Marbriars. And it was an amazing afternoon. Their knowledge is kind of on another level. I wonder how I can describe it. Well, I mean, they're so friendly, they're just ready to tell you anything anyway. But okay, if you've watched the video, or if you go and watch the video, you'll discover that Ian Walker is like a third generation pipe maker. His granddad and his dad were who he learned pipe making from. And Mike is a second generation pipe maker. They've both got lots of history, lots of knowledge, lots of older techniques. And that's really interesting because this all us new wave of pipe makers, so pipe makers from, I guess, 2000 onwards, more or less, we're getting our information for how to do things from the same place, from the internet. And there's only a small number of repositories of information for pipe making, so we're all going to the same places, picking up the same techniques, the same tips, the same advice. And it's really, it feels groundbreaking to hear techniques that you've heard of no one talking about before. My head is literally buzzing with new information that I can't wait to try. It's one of those things that I don't know if it'll make any difference to the customer end, but for me as a pipe maker, it might make difference to how I work. And it may make some difference at the consumer end as well. You'll have to see. But still, what an amazing afternoon that was. Can't wait to do it again. I'm sure we will. All right, on to the tobacco. Now, I have not smoked this one yet. You know, occasionally I like to do a tobacco that I haven't smoked before and have a kind of a discovery episode, I suppose. Now, this is a really interesting one. It's English style, so Latakia, Virginias, Orientals, and this is it's really interesting. It smells like tea. It really does. It's just got such an inviting tea aroma, a little bit Earl Grey, a little bit Assam, a little bit Lapsang Souchong, the kind of slightly fermented aroma. I'm going to assume that that's aged Virginias because Germains are really good at aging their Virginias first. And it just all, I mean, like, if it wasn't an English blend, you'd want to call it an English blend. It just really evokes cups of tea. Now, it comes as a kind of, as a fine ribbon cut. So, more robust than a shag cut, but not full ribbon. And it comes, to my touch, I thought it was a little bit moist. we'll see. So I've had this packed for about 10 minutes, hoping, well, I suppose ideally I would have left it out, but I don't have the patience for that. I thought the most I can do is at least pack the pipe while I record the first part of the video, and that will give it whatever chance it has to dry out a bit. So, let's give it a go. I'm smoking strawberry, the Alchemist strawberry. That was a really surprising light. I'm not kidding, I got like a rush of buttered toast. The first impression is that's really lovely. The Latakia is really restrained. It's not at the front, it's barely in the middle, it's toward the back. So it's really soft. It's got a sweet character to it. And the Virginias are really that toasty sweet. It really is it's like tea and toast. It could not be more English. My own granddad's favourite saying was like lashings of toast oozing with butter. Don't know if you've heard that before. This is like buttered toast and a cup of tea rolled into one. And the tea is that blend of that Earl Grey, those orange oils, Assam, Lapsang Souchong right in the back. That's it really all flows together. It's quite difficult. I would not like to state what element is doing what. It really all comes together as a whole. I like this, the body of the smoke. It's not sort of thin and anemic. It feels, it's a touch oily. It's not smoking as cool as as a lot of English is. And I'm going to blame that more on the cut than on the Virginia's sort of burning hot. I think it's that fine ribbon. I think I would probably have preferred a slightly broader cut. But I guess it's that balance. So with a broader cut, it's going to smoke cooler, but it could risk going out. The finer cut burns hotter, but it burns really smoothly and evenly. But it's not a shag cut, which would have been worse, so maybe they sort of tried for the best of both worlds with that fine ribbon. Thick enough to not burn too hot, but fine enough to burn evenly. I mean, that's always a risk with broad ribbon or flake, that they do have a habit of going out. You have to keep mothering them. This doesn't seem to require any mothering at all, which is nice. It's burning really dry, I have to say. I think I was expecting, with the moisture level out of the bag, I think I was expecting not gurgle, because this pipe doesn't really do that anyway. But I don't know, maybe the moisture level might have been a cause for it struggling to stay lit, but it doesn't appear to be. In fact, it's burning really nicely. How interesting. Let me set up. I wonder where this falls as a category. What do they call it? It just says a mixture of Latakia, Oriental and Virginian tobaccos. Well, I mean, that's in English. King Charles smoking mixture. Very nice. It might actually suit me because I have been, what was I smoking yesterday? I was smoking skiff mixture. That was very nice. And that has a kind of, that's Latakia solidly in the middle. And this is like milder and richer than skiff mixture. Those aged Virginias, the Orientals, it's all quite full. Full but not strong. All right. Awesome. I really like that one. I think there's only one Germain's mixture that I haven't liked. I'm trying to think what that was now. Oh yeah, special Latakia flake. Liars. Remember, there's no Latakia in that Latakia flake. All right. That's it from me. The next video will potentially be a Dear Eldritch So if you do want to ask me any questions, the way to do that is email me at devilsreef@gmail.com with the subject line, Dear Eldritch. And if it's a good one, you might see it answered in the next video. All right, take it easy. Until then, your loyal pipe maker.